Hello everybody and welcome to Ghostwire Tokyo Prelude. Now this is not the full game, this is not even a game to be honest, this is more of a visual novel I should say. It's supposed to be, let's say a carbon copy of the Telltale games. If you played the Telltale game, any of the Telltale games, you may find this familiar, okay? But it's nothing like them, okay? It's just like a copy of them. Now I'm really looking forward to Ghostwire Tokyo, and I really want to check this game out, and I'm really planning on doing a walkthrough of that game. That's why I'm doing this prelude for now, and yeah, I'll really try my best to do Ghostwire Tokyo at launch, and yeah, but currently I'm doing Cyberpunk. So as soon as I get finished with that, I'm gonna start Ghostwire Tokyo. I may just keep on doing more side missions in Cyberpunk, just so that I could, by the time of Ghostwire Tokyo's release, we can get into uh, Ghostwire Tokyo itself once w- w- once I'm done with Cyberpunk. So let's do this. That was a pretty sick intro, I gotta say. Okay, now I did try this out a little, okay, to see how it was working out, okay, even though it is not much of a high-end game or anything. So yeah, I wanted to check it out that what kind of game it was actually. So yeah, well, let's start a new game then. Here we go. All right, so we have this mystery character here right now. No name, anything. Rinko. Oh, also, before I tell you guys anything, I'll be narrating the whole game because none of the characters speak, as far as I know about this actually. So yeah, I'll narrate it for you guys, just so that it's easier for for you guys to understand or anything. I mean, I would have actually said to, like just keep skipping the game. I would be skipping dialogues, just so you could pause and read. But then again, why not just watch Ghostwire the Prelude on YouTube itself done by done by some other YouTuber? Uh, I don't know. So I'm gonna narrate it anyway. So hope you guys find it fine, I guess. So let's do this. God damn it, Rinko. Erica. So he's calling out for someone and no one's responding. Okay. No one wants to talk about it, it's all that's on anyone's minds these days. Mysterious things are happening all around Shibuya. Sightings, attacks, disappearance, fear. How is a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? But honestly, Ryota never really was like most kids. He's not usually glued to his phone all day. First thing I should let you guys know is that uh, I may mispronounce some of these Japanese names. Okay, so if I'm wrong, I'm already apologizing for it. Okay, so yeah, let's continue with it. Okay, so we got a phone and some more difficult names to pronounce. Okay, you know what? Let's go from top to bottom. Let's do that way. Ryota's concern bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. It's titled the Kurigaoka Vanishing. He reads it to himself the best he can. Having tracked another report of the dark fog to the area, I have arrived to find it has passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. At the scene, we all found all we found were clothes of a mother and a son left behind like two molted cicada shells. It's hard to even imagine a parent and a child just gone, precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I had failed to protect them. It was the worst feeling I had ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down heavier and heavier. It felt with each passing minute, but I couldn't be bothered to take my umbrella. That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime. A group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if the rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hell down onto them at that very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding on them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my utter wrath kept me going. As I picked up and to leave, I still refused to open my own umbrella. I just walked away, rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. Double K. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Double K instead of calling him KK, you know? That would sound pretty fucking weird, actually. Unable to shake the idea that the monsters are all around him, Ryota investigates on his phone to a document called the Marunachi vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works to understand. It says, "I got a tip on a missing woman from Marunouchi. When you've been a detective as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts. The story of my contact told me was that they saw the woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area, and then poof, she was gone. Times like these make me wish a certain somebody was around. Coming to think of it, so the fog egg and these disappearances set the scene for when I first met the rest of my crew. Everybody kept talking about the folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was a load of horseshit. It wasn't until I met them and until my encounter that I believed. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have once called hallucinations. Turns out, being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. Guess I should be thankful because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through that monster taking the form of the woman. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around, and I knew so long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of her misery. When I searched the scene, I spotted a woman's handbag and found a missing lady's ID cards in there. Then I came across some old clothes that looked like they would have been hers. They were in a little pile, but they were in a they were but the way they had fallen made it clear her body had just vanished. No mistaking whose handiwork it was either. I'd finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work on with. Double K. Alright, the last one. Could monsters really live among us? These case files say that yes, they absolutely can do they absolutely can and do. According to this one, a lady calls me about a missing person who vanished from the bathroom of her apartment. Usually I brush it off as another runaway, but after seeing the crows circling above her apartment, I had a feeling there'd be more to this. The black stains on the front door verified my hunch. It turns out that I'm the only one that can see these black stains. The lady who lived there and showed me in made no signs of noticing it. She showed me the bathtub and gave me a play-by-play of what happened. Her boyfriend had was taking a bath longer than usual, and so she went to the bathroom to check on him. When she opened the door, her boyfriend was gone, and for a short instant there was a reflection of an old shrine on the surface of the bathwater. I rubbed my fingers on the rim of the bathwater, and there was a transparent, sticky slime-like substance on it, a reflection of a shrine shown on the water's surface. I'll need to be I'll need to talk further with my team about this incident to see if things ring any bells. I purged the back stain on the front door and then left the scene. Poor lady. What will she do now? What can any of us do now? Oh, the word now is neon at the end. Double K. Wait, what the hell? The first one is still there? Oh, it's something different. In these posts, the kid had found something, or rather someone, someone called Double K, has been looking into these monsters in this part of town. A believer just like Ryota. Social media would never lie, and that means Double K is an expert, maybe the expert in all the things paranormal. There's only one thing to do. So wait a minute. So now that I see this dialogue, I noticed something. So those dialogues were all with the purple text box, were like narrate like proper like things that were telling what's going on in the story, while these transparent looking darker purple, dark purple, is that even a color? Uh, they are character dialogues. So yeah, that should be helpful. Having pored over every story, post, and grainy photo about local monsters he could find, Ryota prepares to take action. I'm gonna ask this Double K guy to help me. To help. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. Okay. Knock off Google. Alright, Ghostwire Tokyo. Self-promotion, haha. Uh, Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Okay, yeah, we didn't even get the whole message. Dear Mr. Investigator Person, hello, how are you? I'm not good and I need your help. Monsters got my best friend Sasuke. Here. Rinko sits up in her chair. She zeroes in one of a dozen monitors across a makeshift computer command center stuffed into this cramped Tokyo apartment. After this, after it happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. Data flies across the screen, seemingly too much. Charts and graphs, maps and mathematical equations, even social media feeds, and open case files. Somehow, through all those screens and all of that clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eye. It sounds desperate, but it could be just, it could just be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytical approach. On the other hand, the manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. Okay, they have put emphasis on he, it's specifically someone. All right, let's find out who he is. She knows what she thinks, but she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you make of it, Ed? Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say but holds it back. Technology is easy, people are hard. That's actually a really great quote. Instead of speaking up, he places a small tape recorder on his desk. He presses play, and as the audio begins to roll, Ed turns away and walks away. Uh, I've heard intriguing stories about so-called manhole girls in Japan, vengeful ghosts of bullied students set to trick other children into following them into the sewer, from where they never return. If any information turns up about such anomalies, I'd be keen to investigate. Though purely out of personal interest, it might not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Okay, safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend that you want to look into it, Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He rarely does. Probably the best we have uh, no idea how you spend your free time, huh, Ed? Erica's been sitting next to Rinko the entire time, listening to wait for the right time to chime in. That time is, want me to check it out? I don't think so, Erica. Could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously? You don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? Uh, at just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erica on something dangerous, but Rinko knows that Erica has shown maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica almost a sisterly look of skepticism. You know that's not it. It's not that. Rinko quickly turns back into onto her minors away from Erica. But for all her maturity, Erica can't quite keep up from pouting. Stop making that face. Besides, we got our very own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. And who might that be? The stall is brimming as a wide array of customers eat in relative silence. Only the sound they make is of the slurping of their noodles. That silence breaks when a phone begins to vibrate upon the countertop. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. And wait a second, that's the same guy actually. He's the guy from the beginning of the game. I recognize his clothes a little. He's looking a little less shabby now. I mean, the phone wins. The peace and solitude they have shattered. This is no way to enjoy noodles. God damn it. The silent diner finally glances at the screen. He begins to mutter to himself. Another case. These people may have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Also, his name hasn't been revealed yet. It's still those three question marks. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch. Okay, yeah. We can actually decline the call. You know what? I'm gonna answer it anyway. Let me guess. I'll be risking life and limb. That's why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick it up? Ha! You know that exact day I stopped being scared of anything. That day, the day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us so we could have your back? Sure, that works. Besides, I'm not full enough to pretend this team isn't half okay. If you need backup, you know I'll be there. No questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but right now there's nothing dangerous to be worried about. It's a simple check on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomena we've been looking into. As always, the simple cases that go south the fastest. You know what? You're right. Maybe Erica should run a point on this one. Sure, she's just a kid, but you're busy, so. Whoa, hold up. Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll get on it. First thing, I need to talk to one of you about something. Alright, we have the option to choose something. We could, after their interactions, it seems that Rinko has the most chemistry with this mystery person. So we could go with her. We could even go with Ed, actually. But then again, he's mostly concerned with doing his stuff. And she's a little girl, so I'm not going with her. We could even keep it to ourselves anyway. You know what? Let's go with Rinko. Hey, Rinko. Let me guess. Pissed I interrupted your precious solitary soba moment, guy? Not pissed. I was almost done. God forbid the report of a vengeful spirit abducting children interrupted from the same bowl of noodles you had 1,000 times. Not much left in this world of I love. When I think of something else, I'll tell you. You won't have a chance to add that to your list if we don't figure this out. We both know how powerful the force we're dealing with really are. We have to keep pulling these threads until we've unraveled the whole damn thing. No thread is too small. Guess I can't argue with that. I know I can rely on you. It might be the only thing I know for certain. Now go and prove how smart I am, dumbass. It's the job I was born to do. Alright, so here we are. We're back with Raida. Ryota doesn't notice the people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He is young, but he is very much alone. His focus is centered on the small bit of piece of paper, uh, actually small bit of paper in his hand. After a couple of fold, the paper finds a familiar configuration with a head, arm, and body. It takes shape. A palm-sized person stands in his hand. As Ryota inspects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows. What do you got there? Ryota looks up nervous, but he clutches the paper doll in his hands to stay brave. He's not running or hiding despite the gruff stranger staring at him. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your little friend. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry the odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. But you get the benefit of a partner without the annoying small talk. Ryora's shoulders ease. He lets his guard down as he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself and plays with his playful tone. He rusts, but he somehow still feels comfortable talking to the scared kid. Sometimes people are used for magical purposes. You're a sorcerer by any chance? Now's the time to tell me. So you really are him, huh? Gonna have to be more specific, kid. You're Double K, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I thought you'd be taller. They say you solve strange mysteries, right? Double K? Maybe. The detective looks closely at Ryota's phone and he sees the social media posts featuring photos of various case files he has worked on, collected in one place. Look, I only use those initials because writing my name is a pain. I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyhow, that's me, Double K, but I'm not a ghost hunter. I am a detective. Double K's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping the playfulness. You want an investigator? Well, you got one. I'm so glad you're going to look into the disappearance of the at the manholes. Here's one thing I already did. Made some calls on the way here. There are no records of any recent disappearance. Still got a few friends on the force. I can dig up the dirt quick. Double K shoots Ryder a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, are ya, kid? It's true, honest. My buddy Sasuke disappeared. He hasn't come home since yesterday. Last last place I saw him was right here, right back here. Ryota motions to the alleyway behind him. He went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. If Ryota is bluffing, he's an incredible liar. Sadness comes over him when he looks back towards that alley. Double K looks back and forth from the kid, from the kid, and then to the alley behind him. And all alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. Hmm. See any fog? When that happened, the moment he disappeared. And now that you mention it, there has been something spooky around like that, like a kind of fog or darkness. But it came and then went. All right. Double K mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alleyway behind Ryota. Nothing looks immediately out of place. With so much going on in the city, some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. Okay, we got a choice now. This is the telltale moment. Call the kid's bluff. Press for more info. Well, he ain't no ordinary kid, so we can. I'm gonna choose the second option. Uh, I need more to go on, kid. So why are you convinced he was taken? Did something happen to anyone else around here? But it did happen to my best friend Sasuke. Sasuke has been missing for 2 full days. Everyone has been looking, but no one can find him. About his parents, have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Sasuke. I know he needs me, and no one else is even looking for him anymore. Just me. He's lucky to have you. It's like when you saw a crow circling above the building in one of those cases you investigated. You knew there was more to it than everyone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Sasuke's disappearance. I just need your help. You really did your homework, huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. You remind me of my friend Erica. She lost someone too, and she'll never stop fighting for them either. Double K they takes another glance at the alley. All right, show me the exactly where this Sasuke pal of yours disappeared. Ryota perks up. So you're gonna look into it. I'm here, ain't I? Let me check in my team with my team, see if they figured anything out. Could save us some more time. Double K reaches out for his phone. What's up? We're all here. I just need a quick word with one of you to follow up on what the kid has told me. Okay. Now, it's actually stupid to tell Erica. She's too young to understand most of this shit. Either Ed or Inko. Now, actually, Ed is the only one skilled enough with the whole things with the manhole thing. You know, he even had the whole thing recorded, so might as well go with him. Ed, you find anything in those files of yours while I was talking to this kid? Unfortunately, I've only done a limited amount of my own research into this legend before being pulled away by other tasks. That said, I've been quite eager to continue it. Ed spit it out. What do you know? Of course, it's still just a theory. While he was speaking, Ed queued up another file on his audio recorder. Let's do it. Let's do the tech talking from here out. While installing some ethereal energy monitoring hardware that I detected to a place throughout the city, I've been aware of micropulses within Tokyo's electrical grid that are only recognizable within distinct frequencies. It's my belief that these frequencies are tied to spiritual re- resonance by a byproduct of vanishing experiments. My intention is to continue monitoring these pulses via the mobile lab with the hope of ultimately detecting a source location. So far, signs point to the Shibuya district, but I have been unable to produce more specific results. It's as if the source is continually moving, relocating. Perhaps it avoids the exact type of precision detection that I seek to achieve. A moving target, huh? Hell, if you were trying to move quickly through the city undetected, you could do worse than the sewers. Well, Ed, time to test this theory of yours. Ryota, it's time to find Sasuke. All right, here we go. So we're in the alleyway now. Nothing looks out of place, but things are really what they seem. Double K slows down but deliberately reaches his hand out. He's not holding on to anything, but what would you think that is he is by the way he's moving, like he got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by Double K's eyes. I just called him KK for a second. Silly me. As Double K opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hands down onto the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outwards into the world. Alright, what the hell is happening? Okay, a spirit. So we gotta see a spirit. This might just be Sasuke. I don't know. Maybe. A strange trail floats into view as though a spirit has passed. Though this place, psychic energy, the trail leads further on, deeper into the alley and out of view. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryota follows Double K's eye line down the alley, but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid. It's good you can't see. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it. To take a risk take a risk like that and change your life forever. The world is a scary place. It keeps getting worse, and we're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. Okay. Are we in a flashback or some kind of a time jump? Because Rinko wasn't there with us. Okay, anyway, you know what? Fuck it. Double K and Rinko are in big trouble this time, running like rats desperate to stay alive with only a dingy old sofa between them and monsters. We better find another exit. Rinko turns to Double K and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. Your body is reacting to the ether. Oh, what the hell? As Double K looks at the room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even further. Another hallucination. The world is breaking into two. That be crystallized ether, another form of matter, sounds like your body has entered the final stages of affinity. Okay, that's a grunting sound. From thin air, like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear, surrounding Double K and Rinko. Damn, we're surrounded. Alright. Oh, wait, we're back. Mr. Double K, are you okay? Sorry, kid. My mind can be a little hard to control. You just kinda stood there for a little while. Sometimes my memories take me places. So yeah, he did. It was a flashback. It took him to an old memory of his. Hate to leave it to you again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight. I won't be long. Okay, we're back at the crappy apartment. A report on Rinko's computer setup flashes on screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold on something big. The results are clear. Spiritual residue. It's exactly at Double K's location. What is it now? We just received an alert. There was a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing until we're able to send support. Can't wait forever for you guys. We might have a missing child on our hand. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. Relax, Ed. Ed's research has already prepared me. I'm ready. I appreciate the vote of confidence on behalf of my work, but that research was actually quite limited. It was more of a brief overview, in fact. I wouldn't call it an actionable intelligence, so to speak. It was a very informative overview. I doubt it could be any more ready than I am right now. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us, then use your own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. Double K decides to address one of the team members specifically to make his case. Rinko and Ed will not definitely agree with Double K here. So our only option left is Akira, uh, Arika, sorry, Arika. What Arika and I have been through, I don't expect anyone else to understand. Hell, I barely understand it. Here's what I want. Here's what I do understand. I take the risk so others don't have to. Yeah, and yeah, you all do the same thing. and that's why I'm proud to call you as I'm proud to call you my team. But it has to stop somewhere. A line needs to be drawn. We aren't the one vulnerable ones who need your protection. We're all strong, and that strength multiplies when we work together to help others. Okay, and yeah. You two are so special to me, both of you, and I think I understand where you're both coming from. It's just that these things, this torment, once that power has gotten inside you, the infinity, it won't let you rest. It's like being chased. We're running from something awful. I'm sorry that I'm not making sense. It I just can't be quite right now. I have to speak my truth. I have to support whatever decision he makes. The truly selfish act would be to stand still and let it overtake you. In the end, I know that I would do the same thing. Let's hope you never have to. I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of an investigation. He never was any good at following people's directions. That attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions. You don't think I realize that? Erica smiles, thinking about Double K's attitude. It doesn't bother her. All right, we're back in the flashback, and yeah, some headless girl and this slender man has appeared. Uh, Damn, they're everywhere. Double K's eyes dart between the two horrific figures, and to some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. He tries to speak. Double K wheezes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of those ether crystals? Your guess is as good as mine. Might give you powers to fight back, might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Okay, then again, they have put again emphasis on him. This is some character we may come along later. Rinko nods silently. After getting his answer, Double K without hesitation stretches his hands toward the crystal. Wait, stop. Stopping is not an option. Not for any of us. You don't know what will happen. It could kill you. And those things won't. We're dead if we don't try anything, or don't try something. We're out of options yet. You've thrown away everything to fight these monsters, same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko can say anything else, Double K reaches it all the way out. Alright, so wait, those aren't crystals, they're more like prisms actually. You know what? Fuck it. We're again back in present time. Double K follows the trail of the psychic energy deeper into the dark Shibuya alleyway, away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines. He ventures into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover uh, where the spirit residue flashes where with an eerie intensity. This spot is where clearly the origin point of for whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. Did they just take you this away, Sasuke? Double K looks around again and finds nothing focuses his attention on this haunted manhole. The spectral vision that shows Double K a lot more than he might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in the dark and dreary place, a spirit of a man in his 30s. A Jibakuri. According to the Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Okay, Spectre,
What's keeping you tied down here? Okay, he's grunting, I guess. Just making random noises from his mouth, actually. The specter seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either or maybe both. S- Specters aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us are going anywhere until I get some answers. I need to know, what are you doing here specifically at this manhole cover? What haunts this place? I thought I was a kid. Just a kid playing around, just having fun, alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. So just being neighborly, eh? Yes, no, not making friend, protecting. But he wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't the kid though, was it? There was something else, something lurking in these shadows. Did I die? I think I died, but this isn't what I expected. What is it? Monster? A monster? The specter points downwards. Underneath, huh? Double K stares at the manhole as though it, as if he would just had looked hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the specter nod to know he's right. It went that way. Be- Before he can pull the manhole cover uh, and see for himself, a long shadow creeps into in from the edge of the at the alleyway. Did you find anything? Snooping around is detective business. You don't belong back here. I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? Only I can hear you, so don't bother. Only you can hear me? Well, sure, else is even here. This is turning into a damn clown show, kid. I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Not safe, not safe, monster. But how do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quick if you don't if you're in danger. Weren't you just saying about something being in about being in the middle of an investigation and too busy to talk to anyone? Funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it client services. Who are you calling, mister? Are they nice like you or nicer? Client services sound more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. Well, we play the hands we're dealt, and juggling work in childcare has never been my strong suit. I need a little support. Rinko sighs a long, tired sigh, of a frustrated person who knows that in the end of the course they'll help. She always helps him, and just as he will help, he will always help her. And I have the perfect candidate in mind, and that would be. We could go with Erica. She's around the same age as Ryota, or we could go with Rinko. No, let's go with Erica. Erica, she's the only kid I actually know and like anymore. Uh, hey, Double K, you need my help? I can be there ASAP. I need your help, but it can't wait. I need my new friend Ryota, the one who called us for help. He is a little afraid of you. Wait, what? What? No. Why would you think that? I mean, yeah, maybe a little. But no, that's not it. Although it'd be better if he did fear me, then it I could do my work. Oh, haha. You really yeah, you really aren't really that scary. I think I get it. Let me talk to him. Double K hands over or Double K hands his phone to Ryota and motions him for him to accept this call. Yes? Is this Mr. Ryota? Yes. I'm so excited that I get to speak to you. I have heard that you are quite the investigator. I need help from someone like you. What could I help? What could I do to help you? Well, our friend yeah, our friend who is there with you, he actually has two missions. He is looking for your friend. Maybe you could swap and look for my friend. If uh, if we share the responsibility, I'm sure that we can achieve success together as a team. I suppose I could try to help you since he is helping me. But okay, but first, can you keep a secret? It's very important to related to this mission. Yes, I'm the best at secrets. I won't tell you how I know that, but it's true. My friend is a cat. I put a tracker on her collar that says she's nearby you, in the alley, by your house. I miss her dearly. I'm a little embarrassed to admit, but some of my best friends are animals. This, your secret is safe with me. What does she look like? She's all black, with one white spot and a few white whiskers. Her name is Manette, like the painter. She really likes to hide. Can you look closely in between and behind all of the vending machines and trash cans? Just to be safe, text me a picture of every dark corner you can find. She is very good at camouflage and easy to miss. I will find your friend. Ryota hands the phone back to the double K and turns his attention to the nearest trash can. The phone's out. He seems to be inspecting each side of it. Lucky for you, your new buddy is an animal lover just like me. I've I've given him a rescue mission to find a missing cat and send me a photo of it. But what if he succeeds? Ton of strays are here. Yeah, he might actually bump into one. I could always use more cat pics text to me, and maybe give he'll give it a home that it needs. Win-win. Now to get down there and find your pal Sasuke. All right, down we go. Dirty water splashes under Double K's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya sewer. The further he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any change in the light. No, this darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all. It's tangible, dense fog made of spiritual energy fills the air. Toxic paranormal waste coats uh, and ground and plugs the drains. In fact, the toxic. Oh wait a second. Oh, what the hell had just happened? Yeah, you know what? Fucking. But the air itself is rejecting him. The corruption flowing between the worlds and reaches around him, blocking Double K's way. How long has it been building up here? Right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? Double K goes deeper. The key gear only increases. There's definitely something here. If there's this much corruption swirling around, nothing I can handle, though. Alone in the darkness, Double K summons his power and... Alright, finally we get something to interact with. Let's try our best. I'm actually using a mouse to draw this, so it might be a little weird. Holy shit, I messed it up. Fuck. You know what? Screw it anyway. It worked anyway, so yeah. Cleanses the corruption and returns to the sewer to its normal state. That's better, minus the stinks. With the key gear now cleared, as if there were waiting for a moment of safety, someone appears. Sasuke, is that you? The small boy avoids Double K's look. turns his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Splish splash, splish splash. Hey you, kid. You okay? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from someone something? Take a bath. Take a bath. Come on, kid. This isn't the time or the place. Answer me. I'm not I'm not trying to scare you, but you gotta work with me here. In this vast darkness of the school, the sound of Double K's phone suddenly rings out, and the tinny chime echoing behind and forth, back and forth around the hollow space. The small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice, but he must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I found Sasuke, but I'm worried he won't. Muffled sounds. Okay. Down so far, the signal to Double K's phone is barely holding on. He can only make out a few sounds and struggles to make out what words they might be forming. Okay, more muffled sounds. Hello, is anybody there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erica, who is this? Alright, must be Rinko. She's appearing on the phone avatar, so you know. Rinko, can you hear me? Are you with Ryota? Can you ask him, was Sasuke wearing a yellow raincoat? The scratchy connection makes it almost impossible to understand. Sasuke? It's about Sasuke, not Rinko. I can't understand. Sasuke is not what? Not Sasuke. The call cuts out and the phone going dead in Double K's hands. Damn. Enough screwing around, Sasuke. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds. He stands up, unable to turn, and turns to Double K with his dead, evil eyes. You're not Sasuke. You're the monster. Double K raises his hands and calls forth an energy that he discovers that day long ago. The day he found his back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ether crystal. Ever heard of the ethereal weaving monster? Energy surges into Double K's hands, and green light winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips. The increasing bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. And in that moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle into its mouth. And okay, holy shit, he's here. Oh, okay. This was getting real interesting now. I mean, the mystery aspect is already like fine. I was already decent, but it's getting better. Uh, No, actually. So yeah, with the appearance of yeah, I think his name is Hanya. Yeah, his name is Hanya. At a stranger's fingertips lies Double K, now a prisoner. I need my subjects to remain calm, or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, Double K flashes the stranger a fierce glare. You son of a bitch! Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be. The stranger takes out something out and holds into his hand. An amulet, though clearly not simply for decoration. It surges with power. He looks from the amulet and back to KK and Double K and smiles. How can he even smile? He's wearing a fucking mask, man. You know what? Fuck it. As the monstrous little raincoat visitor now blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space for two much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge Double K. Okay, so now it's time to fight some Slenderman, huh? I've been waiting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastards. Okay, so this is supposed to work like some kind of an RPG now. So what do we have here? A defensive barrier. Damage a single visitor with a wind attack. Visitors perish after 2 hits. Talisman stops visitors from moving. It will consume on use. Okay, so this one will be gone if I use it right now. While this one is for attack and this is for defense. Let's activate the barrier first. A barrier appears in front of double K. An umbrella visitor attacks, but the attack is deflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. Okay. My was useless enough. Okay, one umbrella visitor is injured. Okay, fine. An umbrella visitor attacks. Okay, so we didn't get any attack right now. So might as well just hit more. Okay, injured. And he's dead now, okay. Let's just keep on attacking. Okay. And then he attacks back. I need my subject to remain calm or else nothing will get done. Oh, game over. What the fuck? Oh, come on, man. Oh shit, I'm back here? Okay, continue. You know what, I'm actually let's see how we do it again. Let's skip this. Yeah, that out. We're back here. Okay, let's actually freeze them first. The barrier was fucking useless. Okay, with them frozen. Okay, we still have one of these left. Let's attack. And it's injured. And then okay, gone. And okay, so now they've awoken from the stun. And now I'm gonna use the barrier. And okay, now the barrier is broken. And attack again. Okay, injured and dead. So we haven't taken a single hit at this point. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the same strategy. And now it's frozen in place. And we're out of stun talismans. And then let's attack. Okay, injured. And now it awakens from the stun. And now I'm going to use the barrier. And he attack. The attack gets deflected. It breaks. And now the final blow. Here we go. Fuck you, Slenderman. You're done. The fight now over, and the sewer is oddly calm again. Double K sweeps the space, looking for any clues that may be left behind. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it affixed to one wall of the tunnel, a wooden tag, sometimes called kifuda. This must be what summoned those things. Double K reaches out and reaches out to take the Kifuda down, but as his fingertips approach it, all right. What just happened? Okay, we're in a devastated Tokyo. Oh wait, we're at the same moment at the beginning of the game. Rinko, goddamn Rinko, Erika, yeah, it's the same thing. Double K feels a big, quick thump through his body. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing him through his chest. It's horrifying. Um, Black smoke rushes out of his body. Looking back up, Double K sees a man wearing a Hanya mask. You're, yeah, that is Hanya after all. Gas. Okay, he's gasping. As Double K comes close he realizes that he is in the tunnel once again. No, still he looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole, not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream, maybe a vision. He grips the kifuda in his hand. I won't let him get away with this. He's so hard that he smashes it into pieces. All right. At that moment, Double K realizes that he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fury, he has missed the opportunity of something new, someone new. Who's there? Surprised to spin, he spins to face this entity, but before he can raise his other hand, uh, so he's scared. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, we're back outside here in the alley. Double K emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. I recorded something that I would like to share with you. You see, I've never been as comfortable speaking from the heart as others around me. What happened to Ed? Why did his look change? He looks like a completely different person now. That said, I'm no fool. I understand what happened. I understand what it means to show emotion. I know that it's not something easily captured, no matter how sophisticated the recording. So I deleted it, and now I will do my best to express this directly to you. Okay, good. That was the most annoying thing about Ed, anyway. That he records things to tell you rather than just telling you. I'm glad that you're okay. Wow, Ed, that's deep. I mean, for you anyway. Thanks. Thank you for enlightening the mood, for lightening the mood, for by mocking this moment for vulnerability, and anytime. All of my instruments, devices, software, they tell a story. However, it's just that, a story. It's not necessarily the truth. It's an interpretation of the truth. Data is, of course, malleable. And the story that uh, that was told to me was when you encounter this alleyway today. I'll just say rather grim. I'm sorry that I scared you like that. Okay. Naturally, I'm prepared for numerous statistically viable conclusions. However, despite what the numbers tell me, I've never made it my plan for carrying on in your absence. I don't know what else to try, what else to say. I'm flattered, I suppose. I don't that you don't want to believe how likely I am to die. I have backup plans for my backup planes, but you're in them all. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, Double K returns his attention to his original source of all the drama, his young client Ryota. Were you able to you were never gonna tell me, were you? Sasuke isn't your best friend, he's your dog. He is my dog and my best friend. Double K steps back nervously, and Sasuke tries to jump into his lap, tail wagging. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be pet. Jeez. Who'd have thought that such a tough nails former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it all night. Don't be scared, Sasuke. Everyone loves everyone. Mm, Maybe he should draw the line at loving monsters and not following them into the sewer. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. Double K relaxes relaxes slightly, seeing now how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. Double K. Mr. Double K, what an adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by this new short nickname, Double K? I suppose it has a fun ring to it, not quite so formal as your full name. Before we get sidetracked, as the lead investigator on this one, you've got some paperwork to do, Double K. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or filling out all these damn forms. It's obvious that you prefer the fighting to paperwork. Double K scribbles out a few quick lines. Only Ed can read them. Yeah, his handwriting is so fucking bad. Hey kid, this is for you. Oh, is it a prize for helping you find that ghost? Almost. It's the bill. Ryota's face sinks as he's left holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt. I'm feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his hand. It says, "The case of the cursed man. Extermination complete. Double K." Leaning in over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the nickname Double K. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Now call me what you like. I am not like I got any use for real names these days. Definitely not one for my own names. It doesn't matter what anyone calls me, so as long as I find this bastard. Double K's gaze looks fierce as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received Double K's autograph. Double K's expression softened up in response. That said, I guess Double K is not so bad. And that's it, guys. So that was Ghostwire Tokyo's Prelude. I will try my best to, cover the base game at launch. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I'm really hyped for that game. I think I've never been hyped for a game like that since Cyberpunk 2077, like I first bought it. But then again, that game was broken at launch. This one doesn't seems to be okay. I mean, I might check. Okay, I might do it one day after release. So yeah. So I don't pre-order games anymore since after the whole Cyberpunk thing that I went through. So I don't pre-order. I just buy the game on launch or just 1 or 2 days after launch. So in the meantime, I'll be doing some more Cyberpunk videos and yeah for you guys. And by the time when we get closer to the release of Ghostwire Tokyo, I'll do Ghostwire Tokyo's walkthrough on the channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, guys. And thanks for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks. Peace out. Bye.